Well, everyone, let's go and take a look at the iPhone 14 Pro Max and compare it against the iPhone 12 Pro Max and see which specific phone is a better one for you. Now, I will tell you, in every single way I can ever phrase this, the iPhone 14 Pro Max is a better phone by miles and miles than the iPhone 12 Pro Max, so just keep that in mind in the back of your head. If you're trying to just get the better phone between these, the 14 Pro Max is definitely the better one, but I think the 12 Pro Max still is kind of a good value, and you can buy both these phones in the description below. You can get them from there. You can help support the channel at the same time. Now, starting off with the outside, they both actually have the same type size displays. So the 12 Pro Max has that 6.7-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display. It's a very good looking panel, fairly high resolution, and it still looks pretty good as of today. You have that notch up top, you have a little bit of bezel around it, but this is still something that I look at, with this specific device, and I'm a pretty big fan of the way this whole entire device looks. I think it's beautiful, I think they did a great job with it at the time, and it still looks pretty nice as of today. With the 14 Pro Max, you're getting the same type of display, same size. So 6.7-inch, this is an LTPO Super Retina XDR OLED display, and it's a 120Hz panel as well. So there are a lot of advantages going for something like the 14 Pro Max right there. So that is a very, very good device that I like a lot. The 14 Pro Max's panel is far better than the 12 Pro Max, so just keep that in mind. Both have lightning ports at the bottom, both have the flat sides to them, which look great, both have the frosted glass backs on them too, which is awesome, and they all have triple camera setups on the top left. They have the MagSafe capability right there in the center too, and overall it's a very, very good looking phone on both of them. I would say in terms of build quality, they're probably more similar than not, although the 14 Pro Max definitely is the heavier phone from what I can see, so that's probably one thing that stood out to me, but otherwise they are both very, very good looking phones, and I like both of them from that perspective. Now, camera wise, they're both very good cameras, but the 14 Pro Max is definitely giving you the overall better camera when it comes down to it. So with the 14 Pro Max, you're getting that 48 megapixel wide, 12 megapixel telephoto, and the 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera. The 12 Pro Max, you're getting basically all 12 megapixel sensors and the same hardware, wide telephoto ultra-wide camera. You're getting 4K at 60 on the back, and you're getting 4K at 60 on the front. So that is really, really good between both. But I would still say that with the 14 Pro Max, you're getting things like cinematic mode, you're getting higher resolution, you're getting just a better camera overall with way better lighting on the 14 Pro Max than from something like the 12 Pro Max. So I think when it comes down to that specific point, the 14 Pro Max definitely, I think, is still doing a really good job, and it's doing a way better job, I think, than the 12 Pro Max. But software-wise, this is another big thing. You're probably going to be getting longer software support on the 14 Pro Max by a couple of years. I don't think it's going to be 1 year. I think it's probably going to be at least 2 to 3 years that the 14 Pro Max is going to outlast the 12 Pro Max. So take that as you will, but that's not to say the 12 Pro Max is going to be outdated today. That phone is still going to be here for quite a bit of time too, but you're just going to be getting a longer lasting phone from the 14 Pro Max than the 12 Pro Max. Performance-wise too, this is another really big advantage. I mean, the 14 Pro Max has that Apple A16 Bionic chip inside of it with 6GB of RAM, but the 12 Pro Max has that Apple A14 Bionic chip inside of it with 6GB of RAM too. Same amount of RAM, but you're definitely getting a far faster phone from the 14 Pro Max than the 12 Pro Max. And I've seen this time and time again. When you're getting something like the 14 Pro Max, you're getting a phone that already has a newer chipset, probably has better RAM management capability, and also has that ProMotion display at 120Hz, which makes that phone feel and perform so much better when it comes down to it. So, and that also comes down to the battery life. The battery life on the 14 Pro Max is also kind of better than the 12 Pro Max too. So I think when it comes down to it, definitely 100%, the iPhone 14 Pro Max is a way better phone than the iPhone 12 Pro Max. But if it's on a scale 10 out of 10 or whatever, I would probably say the 12 Pro Max is probably a 7.5, maybe a 7 out of 10 compared to the 14 Pro Max if the 14 Pro Max was a 10 out of 10. But regardless, I would still say between both, they're doing great, but the 14 Pro Max is probably the one I'd recommend for sure. And if you don't want to get that one, just get the 13 Pro Max. That is still a way better phone than the 12 Pro Max. So that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.